Welcome, everyone, to Talented Universe, part of the NDB Media Network. It is the 3rd of August, 2025 today, and we have another guest from the Librarians, the next chapter. But first, I'd like to introduce Marcia. Marcia, how are you doing this glorious day?
Oh, I am doing great. Very happy to be here and excited to have a conversation.
And I am too, except I have to introduce our guest, and his last name, I know I'm going to mess it up, but I am going to try my best. So, everyone, here I go. Aleksa. Yeah, I did it. No.
Nailed it.
Samardžić. I don't think I did it.
Samardžić? It's very hard. I'll give it to you. It's very hard.
It is very hard, but
It's
could
okay.
you tell? Could you say it for everybody to see how bad I was?
Hello, everyone. My name is Aleksa Samardžić. I'm an actor from Montenegro, and I'm very happy to be here talking with you guys today.
Well, we are very happy too. And Sawan says, "Hi, Aleksa." I'm going to post that up there. As I said, my computer is running slow for some reason. There we go. So that is not going to be fun that it doesn't do things automatically like I want to. But we have also a problem with one or two of our Facebook links, sadly, like we did yesterday. So if you can't see us, I am sorry. I guess you'll have to either go to one of the other links or just watch us later. I'm so sorry about that. But there's nothing we can do about lovely Facebook recently. It has been having lots of problems. But first up, the character you play.
Mm-hmm.
How wild. Are you a musician at all or not?
I am not a musician. I do play the guitar, though. I do play the guitar, but I don't do it professionally like Lynch does. I never had a band, but I did grow up listening to bands. So,
Well, there you go. So you can act, right? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But I'll probably steal one of Marcia's questions, but I don't care today. How did you get the role? Was it open audition? Did your agent tell you about it, or how did that come about?
So, yeah, my agent told me about it, and she sent me the sides. And when I was reading it, I was like, oh my God, this is so fun. And this is the kind of show that I want to be on. And, up until that point, I was very nervous for auditions because, you're doing auditions, you're thinking like, what do they want to see? Right. But like a few days before I did that audition, somebody gave me some advice, and they told me something very smart and very useful, which is like, your job is to give them your perspective, right? You don't do safe, don't do generic, just do you. Who are you as this character? Mm-hmm. And kind of, that really relaxed me, kind of for auditions. So when doing this audition, it was kind of the first audition after that advice that I did. And I was very relaxed during that audition. I was very I was in a great mood. I was very excited, and I was just relaxed. And I was like, I'm going to do this thing, and we're going to see what happens. I'm not going to, let's see. And I sent it, and then I got the news, and I screamed in front of my building.
Had you seen the original? Had you seen the original Librarians movies or the original series at all? Or was that news to you?
I skimmed through the series a little bit when I got the role. And I also remember back when it was coming out, I did watch a few episodes, but I didn't stick with it because at the same time, I think Supernatural was coming out, which was my favorite show at the time. I was like crazy for it. So I was monogamous with it. I didn't have eyes for anything else in those 4 years. I was just like rewatching Supernatural like a crazy person.
Well, then that explains that. But
yeah.
Now, when you said that you were trying to figure out what Winslow was like, how did you come across what? I'm trying to think what things kind of did you think about when you went and did the audition it was on tape, obviously.
Yeah.
But what were some of the things that you thought that he might be, what he might be like? What were some of the things you thought? And did it transmit to when you did it, or did you end up changing it?
What I did in the audition, I did in the show, but in a completely different tone. So when I was doing the audition, I thought to myself, it was that the audition scene was that scene when Vikram and the crew come and see the band for the first time, and I make a comment about Vikram's outfit, right? So in the show, it was like, it was kind of even admiration, so more like a question. But in the tape, I was like, no. I am a metalhead and I have a band. I think I'm the coolest dude ever. And now this dude shows up and I thought I was making fun of him. So I was being a little shady with it. And that's how I did that audition. And honestly, it was natural and it was fun. So I guess it worked. But I really saw him as this very chill dude who's a little delusional on how successful he is. So he thinks his band is the most, like, they're just going to rule the world, and he's convinced in it, I also saw him as somewhat of a stoner. So I was like, that's what we're going for. We're going for that dude. And that's what I did.
And Dewan, I have a question for you. What do you like most about Lynch?
What I like most about Lynch, I like how easygoing he is. I like how not heady he is. He's basically just like reacting on impulse all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that doesn't come very naturally to me. I'm a very calculated person. And I'm trying not to be, we're growing. But it was very fun to approach a character who is so easy. He's easy. His mental state is easy. He's just like, I'm so cool. I'm in a band. I'm going to rule the world. Ha, ha, ha. And that was kind of, that was very fun. And that's definitely what I like most about him. His vibe. He's so chill.
Well, that's good. Marcia, go ahead.
Well, continuing with the lovely Winslow Lynch, your outfits were pretty cool. Is that something that you might wear in your normal life, or was that kind of new to you?
Well, actually, the pants are my pants.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to go back and look at those.
The pants with the binds and like the little chain and stuff. Mm-hmm. They were my pants because they had I just brought it right to the fitting. I just brought the pants and I was like, okay, I know you guys have a lot of things ready, but I thought this would be so cool. What do you think about these? And they were like, yes.
Very
so
cool.
It is something that I dress kind of, I dress in a peculiar way also. I don't dress necessarily like most people on the street. Like I wear big, lengthy women clothes sometimes. Sometimes I go for like darker leather. And basically every morning I wake up and I'm like, how do I feel today? What do I want to give? And then I just pick an outfit. And it's like very important to me. I feel like it is part of the self-expression. And I I dressed in all sorts of ways. So that wasn't very foreign to me.
Oh, I love that. And your hair now did you grow out your hair for this role, or is this your?
Well, my hair was already like big at that point. Now I cut it a little bit. So it was like this. I feel like that's bigger a little bit. But at the time, it was big. I didn't have to. Yeah, it was the first time growing my hair. So I was like, oh, yes, this is gorgeous.
So when you were given the role, and we're going to talk about up to and including 11, because we haven't seen 12 yet. Were you given your total arc for your character, so you knew how many episodes you were going to be in at that point?
I knew how many episodes I was going to be in. I didn't know about the arc initially. I found out about the arc, I think I was done filming episode 1, and then I think we had that conversation, and I was like, oh, awesome, because then I realized I would get to play 2 completely different people in one show, which was basically just my dream. I love that. I love like switches, you know, if a character can like switch or have like a dramatic arc in the middle of a show, it's like, yes. So I was
It's
very
challenging.
It is challenging, but it's also very fun. Like when you're approaching a character and then he's a completely different character, especially because like this change that he went through wasn't due to something personal, like characters in shows, like something happens to them, then they change gradually. He just got possessed. So it was a completely different character that had nothing to do with this initial one. So it was getting to know 2 people, which was very fun and very stimulating. I found it was great.
Well, and following the second episode that you were in and the hangover from hell.
So funny. That was hilarious. I love that episode.
I'm laughing already because do you know any ABBA songs?
I do know ABBA songs. Yeah. It felt like a punch in the heart being like, not sure. But in my head, I'm like, yes, I know ABBA songs.
Well, it's so different from, you're there in your outfit, your leather and dark, and ABBA, it's so totally different.
Yeah. It was
And
fun.
and when Vikram was singing with you, I want to know about how that was filmed, because was he really singing? Or
yes, he
happening?
was.
Oh my gosh,
he was spectacular. Like that was so fun because I didn't know he was gonna do that. Obviously, I don't know his lines, and so in my head at the time, I thought they're gonna put something in, and he's just supposed to like open his mouth, and that was gonna be it. No. This man had that whole song by heart, and he performed it with such a fire. It was amazing. I was standing next to him, and obviously have to be in the scene, but I'm looking at him, and I'm like, this is so funny. You are so committed and so good at this. Oh my God. It was great, especially because we had wings on and I had a tiara. And then he was doing this whole number I didn't know he was gonna do, and it was so interesting. It was so fun. I laughed like 60% of that day.
And you guys, now you had all those instruments around you. You gotta have played with them a little bit, the drums. Did y'all fool around?
Yeah, because the music was on playback, and then I was like, well, I did learn how to play the guitar, so I was like kind of know where to position my fingers. But it's very strange when you like strum an instrument and no sound comes out, like you don't feel the vibration, so you're just there like pantomiming. Ridiculous. I've never done that before. Up until that point,
it looked like so much fun, and you had three different ways to tell the story. They had
that also, because like in the I call it the Barbie version. In the Barbie version, Lynch, when he's having a talk with the girls, he's like, oh my God, yes, of course, please dance. He's so fruity and so nice. And again, different. So I really enjoyed when they told me it was going to be like from multiple perspectives, because then you can bring something new each time. It gives you a lot of space. It's a very well done episode. I was very impressed when I saw it. It was hilarious.
And your makeup was different for your different incarnations. In the Deadly Dracovac, you had the eye thing, and then they didn't have that, and then you look a little bit more normal, quote unquote normal.
Let's see how that up until episode 11, like every time, like something changed a little bit. This kind of foreshadowing this kind of change, I guess. And I also had I feel like the most challenging thing there was because at the end of that episode, he goes and talks to the evil mastermind. And in my head, I was like, well, he's not possessed yet. but he's doing this. So how do I kind of, come to terms with that? Is Lynch someone that would do this? Or is this dude manipulating him? Or is there some kind of charm already? Mm-hmm. So in my head, and this wasn't the show or the script, I just needed something in my head to like kind of validate why I'm doing what I'm doing. I was like, okay, let's say Gregor told me that he was going to come to our time and he wasn't going to do, too many bad things. He was going to make us the biggest band in the world. He was just going to make us the most, like Rolling Stones. Like we were going to be just everything. And I was like, okay, that's a good reason. So I'm going to bring him back because he's going to give me something. And I don't think he's going to harm too many people. The dude just wants to live, So that's what I did in my head.
Michael?
Siwan has a question for you, which is, it's not a question. So, do you have any other anecdotes, memories about the Librarians cast and set that you can share with us?
Yeah, there was. Well, I'm going to share a very beautiful moment. It was at the shooting of episode 8, actually. And I've just finished doing my scene, and we had to redo it a few times because we changed like some positioning and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And these things happen. It's normal, but like I really care about this show and I really was grateful to be on it. So I finished with that and I went to the green room and I sat down and I was like, what if they redid it so many times because of me? You get in your head. You're like, did I do a bad job? Did I waste someone's time? You want to, put your best foot forward. And when you feel like you didn't, it kind of feels icky, And they were calling Connor, or Bluey, on set, and they were calling him, and he was going there. And then he saw me with like just peripheral vision. He saw me and then he stopped and he was like, wait. And then he came back and sat down and he was like, what's wrong? And I was like, I'm fine. And he's like, you're not fine. What's going on? And then he proceeded to like stay there for like 5 minutes and give me just some beautiful advice. How this happens to everybody. Everybody has imposter syndrome and we're all doing great. And we're all here making something together and you're meant to enjoy it, Yeah. So that was really touching for me. Like that was the first time something like that happened to me. And I was, I was very, very touched by that. That was very beautiful. That's something I feel like it's nice to share, that's, it's important to be nice to others and, take some time, maybe, help someone out if you can. That was beautiful. It meant a lot.
That is really great. That is really great. It shows what kind of a person he is, and I mean, he saw that you were stressing out or something. Mm-hmm. And, he said something. So, I mean, that is one.
That was really wonderful.
Let's see. Justin wants to know if on a scale from 1 to 10, being you are Winslow Lynch, how much do you relate to Winslow Lynch?
How much do I relate to Winslow Lynch? Well, in my high school years, I would have said a solid 8. Now I would say around maybe a 6. A 6 is
so fine. Dropping a little bit.
Maybe even 7. Because he's actually, maybe it's maybe still at an 8. Because if we look at it from a perspective of, he has a dream that seems impossible to everybody around him. And he's still chasing it with his friends. And he's kind of have this optimistic vibe about him. And that's a lot like me, actually. A lot like me. I'm in this headspace where I'm like, yes, of course everything will happen. It's inevitable. Everything will be beautiful and nice. And I just got to do the best I can do and stuff will just happen. And, it's going to be okay. And in that, we are very similar. So at 8, that's the answer to your question. Okay. It's still an 8.
And Siwan has a really personal question here.
Ooh.
In episode 11, Lynch looks so tall. I can't help asking you, how tall are you?
I am 6'6".
Ooh.
So you are tall. Yeah.
I am tall. Yeah.
I did not realize you were that tall. So that was, I didn't even notice.
Well, a funny thing is that Montenegro is, there's a debate if it's the first or the second country in the world, but with the most amount of tall people on average.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So everybody's, well, not everybody, but a lot of people are like me here. It's very common.
And,
So
and then
a follow-up question would be, so do you play basketball? That's the
that is the most frequent question I've ever gotten in my entire life. No, I don't play basketball. I played tennis and I went tennis and swimming. Those were my sports.
Nice.
And Siwan says, "OMG, you're tall." So
Yep, I am very tall.
Now, do you have any siblings?
I have an older brother. He's 7 years older than me, and he's just a tad shorter.
Well, I was going to say, is he taller than you, or so you're taller?
Yes.
So
so one brother and 5 cousins and a sister. I'm the youngest one in the entire family, and also the tallest one.
Really? Oh,
yes.
So they saved all the tall genes for when you came around, I guess.
Yes. Well, they're also very tall, to be fair, just not this tall. And it's funny because I was born prematurely, like a month earlier, and I was the tiniest baby in the whole hospital. It's just a tiny little thing, and I ended up being the tallest, which is so funny.
Wow, that is wild. That is wild. I mean, I'm the tallest in my family, so I
How tall are you?
I've shrunk a little bit, sadly, but now I'm 6 feet, but I got up to 6'2".
Oh, damn.
So,
all right.
And back then, I mean, I was the tallest one in the school all the time. In elementary school.
Well, did you play basketball?
I tried, but I was horrendous at basketball. And sadly, my dad was 5'8", and he played basketball when he was young. And I go, "You did?" And he said, "Well," and he was telling me some funny stories, but I won't go into that because that sounds a bit. But anyway, no. So I mean, I was terrible at basketball, so I did not play basketball. But did you ever?
I was also horrible at team sports. Well, not so horrible skill wise. It was just too much. Like all these people depending on me. So I was like, okay, solo sports. If I lose, I lost. I didn't let none of these people down. You know, it was just easier for me mentally.
Well, now here's a question you might be able to answer because I noticed that myself. Still in episode 11, I wonder, did Lynch give Gregor fashion advice, considering how classy / dark looking Gregor looks in the last scene?
I am afraid that Gregor's fashion sense is all his.
All his.
All his. Okay. He is a handsome gentleman.
Yes,
I can't take credit for that.
He's going to be with us on Friday, so we're excited that he's going to be going.
Oh, you're going to have such a nice time. He is so nice and so encouraging and so good at what he does. You're going to have a lovely time.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward. I really haven't announced it yet, so this is our first announcement saying because he
exclusive.
Exclusive right here. Yes, because he finally had a free time on his schedule. So because I've been trying to get him since episode 1 aired.
Yeah,
and it's like I went well.
Yeah, fortunately, he is working a lot. He's very talented. So.
And then I didn't even realize he was in another show that we reviewed, another one of Dean Devlin's. And he was in the season 2, episode 11 and 12 of The Ark.
Oh,
which we didn't know it either. And it was like, we go, well, he must have been in the background or something. So, because they got a lot of new extras in the last 2 episodes of The Ark. So,
yeah.
But
thank you for telling me. I didn't know that either.
Yeah. So I'm going back after probably later today. I'm going to rewatch episode 11 and 12 of season 2 of The Ark to see where is he, because I have a feeling I know, but I want to see if I can recognize him or if he's in something that I'm not going to recognize him. But it's shocking.
Well,
I don't know if Marsha knew that or not. So.
I'm sorry?
No, go ahead. I was saying I wasn't sure if Marsha had known that or not.
Oh, yes.
You did? Okay. Have you seen him in it, though?
Well, he's in the last 2.
Yes.
But when I say, oh, yes, I'm going to rewatch.
Okay. That's what I thought. I thought that. I said, Well, yeah, Marcia recognized someone else from the arc that was in the Librarians that none of the rest of us even recognized. And we were going like, what? And then, oh, there he is. Yeah, there we go.
Well, to be fair, actors do look very different from show to show. It's a completely different atmosphere, completely different vibe. So, it's, sometimes you don't notice right away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I thought I would have recognized him, and I was kind of upset that I didn't. But, it was like, oh, well. But, it's like, whatever works. Let's see. Siwan obviously is listening. She goes, would you like to play in the arc? If you were given that opportunity?
Love to. I would love to. I would love to do that. I do also like, space things, and any really show that takes me out of the everyday, something that's happening in the show that isn't happening in everyday life. So magic, space, something like that. That's what really draws me in. And I would love to. I would love to. I will be auditioning, of course, if giving the chance. Hell yeah.
Well, they are filming season 3 right now, so.
Never know.
Never know.
I'll just be over here with my great attitude and we'll see.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, fine. This is going to be fun.
You say, I'll bring my pants. I've got pants.
Yeah, you want some shoes too? No problem. You need some shirts? I got you.
Yeah, Marcia, go ahead.
Well, episode 11 had some really fun animated moments.
Oh yeah,
where the art comes to life, and I think you get hit by a giant sledgehammer. And how much fun was it working? I know they weren't actually there, but
oh, there was a hammer.
Oh, there was?
Oh, absolutely, there was a huge hammer. And it was so fun because it's like they put things on me because I was like, oh my God, stunts. Yes, please throw me around. Let's go. Like, I love that. So I put the things on your back, to protect you from the fall. And she's coming with this big, huge sledgehammer. And she hits you and you're like, pretend you're like fall all over the place. And it was just, it was fun. Shooting that was very fun.
And it kind of was a juxtaposition to the darkness of the episode, because when it began, it was these, creepy things coming out of the graffiti and very atmospheric. Is there really, I wonder, a section of Belgrade that has graffiti like that? Yes.
Yes. Belgrade is full of graffiti. It's very rich in street artists and art in general. It's very, very rich in that. It has very beautiful graffiti and, very beautiful parts of town, and a lot of creative people, because it's kind of like the capital. It's the capital of Serbia, but also like kind of the place where a lot of people from the Balkan area go to. It's the biggest city. So a lot of artists go there. So it's very rich in that, which is very nice to be, surrounded with.
Well, I'm enjoying seeing, I feel like a tourist. I'm being guided through an area that I've never seen. And there's some beautiful, we've seen the great architecture and is seeing, knowing that people such as me are seeing that city for the first time, really. That has got to be kind of gratifying to kind of,
It is. I thought about this when I was watching different, scenes from Belgrade, in the show. I thought to myself, like, imagine how many people will see Belgrade for the first time. Maybe, they come visit, because it's a very beautiful place to visit. And I'm glad it's getting some attention, It's like a lot of shows. I feel like now the industry is like opening up. Before it was like, oh, Europe, okay, Rome and Paris and maybe the UK. It was a few options that were repeated, of course, because they're beautiful and they're popular for a reason. But there is some stunning places, especially on the Balkans. And I'm really glad that they're getting some screen time now, because it's truly a stunning part of the world. The culture, the history, it's wonderful. I strongly recommend you come visit at some point. It's awesome.
When we talk about looking at Belgrade and that whole area through new eyes, I was looking at your some things that you've done in the past, and one of the shows that you were in was sort of a take on the popular U.S. show ER. You were in Emergency Center. I'm very curious about that show.
Yeah, that was my first role, actually, ever.
Oh.
And I was terrified, like terrified, like not because of anything they did. It was just, you kind of dream of this thing since you're a kid, and you're like waiting for the right moment to start pursuing your dream, and then you start pursuing it, blah, blah. And then you're on your first set. And I feel like nothing can prepare you for that. All those cameras, all those people and everything. And it's the kind of show where things are shot very rapidly. So it would go an episode a day, a day, go, next scene, next scene, next scene. It's very rapid fire. So it wasn't like, you didn't have the privilege of time where you're like, you sit down and like, okay, let's talk about this. No, it was like, get in there, let's do this. It was very fast, which is, kind of intimidating when it's your first time doing something. And I didn't watch it because I know for a fact that it was probably a very awkward performance, but no shame there. It was my first role. I'm very happy for the opportunity because that led to some other things. And I did also have fun on that day. So, it was what it was. And, first experiences. I'm grateful.
Yeah. And well, do you watch American series? I know movies, people watch movies, but American television series, are they available where you are? Or is there something that you like to watch?
Well, now, yes, because you have all these streaming services that the whole world uses. Earlier, there was no such thing, at least not available to me. So you would go on like these illegal sites and you would like wait for somewhere else to upload something from America, and you would watch it. And there was also a lot of shows on TV, There were a lot of, like, I grew up with Grey's Anatomy. Loved that show. I was addicted to it. Vampire Diaries, the originals, Supernatural. What else did I watch? I was a big Teen Wolf fan. So you see all of these unreal things.
I'm feeling you now. I'm getting your vibe.
Yeah. I was obsessed. Like reading fan fiction, writing whole things. Like I was like, it was really nice to have something, some adventure and magic, that you can follow and kind of be in, because I would like zone in and I would be there. I would get so invested with all the characters. I was like a super fan.
This is so your show. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and I have to throw this in.
Yes,
Madro says Charmed. Was that another one?
Yep.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, hell, that was one of my first ones. I worshipped that show. And anything with magic you can come up with, I've watched for sure.
And Aisha says, thinking of your career in the future, if this will pop up. Let's try it. Here we go. You say you like spacey things and fantasy things. Would you ever think about doing voice acting in Japanese anime?
Look at that smile.
Absolutely. I love anime. I consume anime like a crazy person. I really like animation because I also paint and draw. So when I really, really enjoy animated things, and especially Japanese animated things. Like I'm so impressed with the whole production of these things, and especially like the voice actors. Like every year I see the Oscars, and every year I'm like, why aren't these people getting infinite amount of awards? It's like, I don't even know how somebody does that with their voice. They completely take you there. Like you can feel everything. It's crazy. And it's not easy to do that when people can't see you, where you have only your voice to transmit all of these emotions and these imaginary circumstances that aren't like, you're on a set, you're in a room and you're imagining that you're an animated character being chased by a dragon. You know what I mean? It's very hard. and they do it perfectly. I am infinitely inspired by that, and yes, I would absolutely do that.
What are some of your favorites?
I love Attack on Titan.
I was gonna say that's a big one, huge.
It is. I love Naruto, Jujutsu Kaisen. I loved Chainsaw Man. What did I watch? I watched Dum Dum. What did I watch recently? Oh yeah, the Jujutsu Kaisen is a series, but also has movies. And I love when they do that. I love when they give you like a season and then they give you a movie, or they give you a movie and then they give you a series. It's just so exciting.
Wow. Yeah. Aisha actually, we was doing a show about anime. I don't know if they're still doing it, but
it's on hiatus right now. But
yeah, going into depth
soon.
on anime and manga. Very, very
wonderful. Wonderful.
Sunday mornings. I'll let you know, and if you want to tune in.
Oh yes, please.
Yeah.
Please. I love to geek out about these things. I can talk about it for hours. I'm physically stopping myself.
Yeah. Oh, well, Susie says, Aleksa, how did you enjoy playing a bad guy? And brilliantly, by the way.
Ooh, thank you. Thank you very much. I really enjoyed it. I really, if I had it my way, I would only play, well, not only, of course, but if I could just like materialize a role right now, it would be a bad guy. I would love to play a bad guy again. I find it so interesting, like, to think about those motives and to like kind of try to connect to that. Because it's funny, because like, for example, they would do something you wouldn't do. But when you take all of that away and go to like the source of why they're doing it, it's usually some human motive that we all feel. For example, he wants power. I like power. He wants control. Yes, I love control. When I don't have it, it scares me, you know? So it's very nice to be able to find these human things about them, because you can't judge them no matter how bad they are, and kind of connect to them. And it kind of gives you like a different perspective on like mindsets that are different than yours, you know? So I'd love to play more bad guys in the future.
And Aisha has a recommendation. See if you have seen this one yet. You should watch The Magus Bride. There's at least two series.
Is this a series? Is this an anime?
I'm sure it is. That's all she talks about.
It is, yes.
Okay. All right. I'm writing it down. I'm always looking for new. Okay. The Magus Bride. There we go. Thank you very much. I love a good recommendation.
And one more from the chat room before I go back to Marcia. Susie says, you really look good in glasses.
Thank you. I love wearing glasses. I love accessories in general. Like any accessory, I like, either rings or glasses or something. I love to just put things on. So thank you.
Yeah, Marcia.
Well, in your resume, I saw that you have dancing as one of your skills. Is that what kind of training, or is it?
Oh, no training. No training. It is me dancing for like 5-6 hours every time I go out. It's me coming up with choreographies in my room, because why not? It's fun. And I've also made this plan that like from October, I'm going to start taking dancing classes, because there's something about choreography that really excites me. I love to be challenged to like, okay, now you need to remember this very tough routine and you need to do it seamlessly. Like anything that's timed, that needs to be perfect, that needs to flow. I love that. I love learning that, and I love challenging myself. So I'm definitely going to do that from October.
So you were ready to jump down and dance with?
Oh yes. Give it
during
to me.
the hangover from hell, you were ready to. I saw you in the background, kind of, vibe, getting ready to go there.
Yeah, they were like doing something, and I was like supportive. I was like, yes.
Jazz hands or
jazz hands. Love that.
And you're artistic. You mentioned painting. There was so much art in the episode 11. Do you know where the art came from? Was that
I'm not sure. I'm not
computer.
sure.
So I'm interested to find out because it was so varied and so interesting.
There was beautiful art that day. There was beautiful art. I didn't ask about it though, so I'm not sure. But it did look like somebody did it. You know,
Yeah.
it didn't look to me like, you know, just like endless copies of something.
Mm-hmm. What kind of art do you do? You said that you.
It's a little peculiar. I don't know how to explain it because it's strange. It's strange. Like, I guess to people, to me, it's not. But I really don't know what box to put it in. It's not realism, but it has so many different things because I'm not academically trained. I was just, one day I woke up and I was like, because I spent my whole life thinking I can't paint, like I'm not good at it. So I was like, oh, this is something I can do. It's okay. It's not for everybody. So one day, 3 years ago, I was bored and I was like, doesn't need to look good. You don't need to have to know how to paint. You can just do it because it calms you down. Just go do it for fun. Who cares? Not everything needs to be, you know, like made into something, you know? So I start painting, and what I start doing is I start kind of looking at an image in my head and then painting that, you know? And at some point I was like, damn, okay, I can paint. Wow, all right. Because like in school, you know, they tell you to draw those vases and those like apples and stuff. And I could not draw a chair and a vase because it does nothing to me. I do not care about a chair and a vase. But I can definitely draw, I don't know, an alien with eyes coming out of their eyes, with the flowers coming out of their eyes, you know, like things like that I can see in my head. And then obviously some things I couldn't draw, but it was a very good way to learn how to, because what I would do is I would put a canvas down and I would just be like, oh, let's do this extremely complicated thing. So I would just spend days like drawing, deleting, drawing, all over and over again until I got it right. And then next time you draw something similar, you kind of know how to, you know, it's kind of familiar. So it's a fun process.
Oh, and see, now we have to see some of your artwork. I don't know how we're going to see it, but
I can send you. I didn't include that link. See, I thought it wouldn't be relevant, but I do have.
Everything is relevant on this show.
Oh hell yeah! I don't know if I can send it now. No, right?
But we can.
You can. I mean, I can throw it up.
I have an Instagram for my art. And I can send that if people want to check that out.
And then I will post it here, and then I'll add it to our webpage too, that they can access it after the show.
Thank you. It's beautiful. I will put it in the chat.
Or I can even throw it out in the comments in the chat.
So there we go.
There we go.
I was thinking about whether or not to do it, but I was like, I didn't even know that we were going to arrive at this, you know. So I was
you have no idea what we do on the show.
I'm glad that we did.
You obviously haven't looked at some of our other episodes with some of our other guests.
Oh, Michael, I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't? How about now? Marcia, can you hear me?
I can hear Michael.
Okay, he's lost sound for a minute. Okay, but I'll go ahead and fix his link right now, and then we will do that. Okay, let me fix the banner, everybody. Hopefully people out there can.
He's putting up the link that you sent. And
can you guys hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. I can't hear anything.
I wonder.
Wait,
yeah, he might have to. He might have to go out and come back in again. I'll tell him in private chat. Or can you do that, Marcia?
Yes.
Tell him in private chat to go out and then come back in again.
Okay. All right.
Okay, everyone. There is the link. I'm going to throw it out in the general comments section. Most of you will be able to see it. If you can't, you can go, I'll put it up in our webpage, and
there we go. I can hear you now.
Then we'll see what goes on. Okay, here we go. I just threw out the thing. It's coming onto our Facebook Talented Universe and the YouTube and NDB Media YouTube. The other ones did not work. So, but I will be putting it up on the web page also. So
Thank you.
We will.
Thank you. That's very nice.
Yeah. Well, hey, we try to accommodate because we start talking about weird things on this show. So and
go for it.
But it's fun, It is fun. Now, okay, Marcia, go ahead. I'm putting it up on the webpage now, so I can don't forget. So.
Well, color is really when dealing with art, color is part of what you give to whatever you're drawing. And in your clothing, you mentioned that you have a lot of different kinds of clothing that you like. What kinds of colors would we find in your closet? We know that the black. We look good in black. What else might be?
Oh, you would find pastel colors.
Oh.
You would also find strong colors. You would find orange. You would find purple. You would find red and green and blue. You would find everything. You'd find also some pearls. You'd find all kinds of things. However I feel that day, I put it on. And I don't really believe in that whole thing that like clothes have a gender, right? So I'm just like, if I like it, I'll wear it. Who cares? I mean, it's a piece of fabric. It's meant to be like worn and enjoyed and express something with. Like, I never really much cared for, molds, just to look like everyone else. And I just kind of wanted to look how I look like. And it's not always very, kindly received, let's say, because, people can be mean. But I don't let that discourage me because I'm like, this is what I'm comfortable in. And it's nothing too crazy. It's literally nothing too crazy. It's just maybe a little different, but it's nothing, so out of the box. At least for me, it's just pants. And just instead of being like regular man pants, they have like a high waist and they're wide. They'll be classified as like female pants maybe. And to me, that makes no difference. It's just pants. But, people are strange sometimes.
Well, your height and your build makes you kind of ideal for putting things on, like draping back. You have the
use the space, right? Thank you.
Okay.
And when you think about your character in the Librarians, has he grown at all during the episodes, or do you think his character?
Yeah. I think he's I think we start at I have a band and I'm so cool moment, and then these strange things start happening, and you see his attitude is like, whoa, cool, magic. He's like haha about it. But I also do think at some level, he does realize like, oh my God, magic. What does this mean? You know what I mean? And then with Gregor, at least with the story I put in my head, it's like, well, he's Gregor and we're Gregor's hammer. So if Gregor comes here, anything is possible, right? So I think he does also get this spark of ambition. I think you kind of see him a little more serious in 8 than he was in 1. And then obviously in 11, he's not him anymore.
Yeah, and going back to your painting, did you ever draw or paint Lynch?
No, I haven't.
Well, I guess maybe is that a challenge, Sawan? I don't know, but
it might be.
Might be. You just never know. Never know what's going on. In closing, pretty soon, is there anything that you wanted to bring up that we have not brought up?
Well, you covered it. We talked about the cast. We talked about the characters. I got to share some of my interests and some of my views. I think this was a well-rounded interview, and I'm gonna do my best to be in even more shows, and then we can hang out again.
That would be great. We'd love to do that. We'd love to do that.
Yeah.
Susie, I can't post that question because we're not allowed to say. So sorry.
We have to wait and watch together.
Yes, exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
What I would like to say is that I would look forward to seeing more of your character in future episodes. I think that it's fun, and I would enjoy seeing where you might take it. So I have enjoyed your work in this show so much so far, and thank you for fun.
Thank you so much. It's very kind.
Yeah.
Sorry, that last part, I didn't hear it.
Well, I was talking about the makeup that you had, the eye and the lips, and where you took it. I also really particularly love that you thought about your character so much that you took something out of your closet and brought it to the set.
Yeah. Yes. I was like, look at these. Well, yeah, when something comes to my mind, I'm like, all right, let's do it. And yeah, I would also love to see that. I think Lynch has a lot of space, to grow, and I think he's a fun character. We can do a bunch of things with them. So fingers crossed. We don't know.
And who knows? The arc is there. And if not that, we know we're going to see you in more things. And I appreciate you coming with us, being with us today.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you guys. Were very kind and very patient, and this was very nice.
And let me just throw out some people.
I've never had an interview. I'm sorry?
Yeah, I said this is your first. Oh my. We have done a lot of people's first interviews. It's so nice. Sawan says, thank you so much for your time and energy, Aleksa. I love this live podcast.
Thank you for listening.
And Medros says, shout out to wonderful Aleksa. We'll be watching your career with great interest.
Thank you.
I would like to just second that. NDM Media and Talented Universe will also. And we do look forward to having you on again, Aleksa.
I will do my very best to make that happen.
Well, that's good. But everyone out there in internet land, thank you for joining us. And we will might see you Friday when we get Gregor here. So that's at, as I remember right, it is 2 p.m. Eastern time, 11 a.m. Pacific time, and 8 p.m. in Serbia. So everyone, take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Take care, guys. Thank you so much. Have a lovely rest of your day.